When people are released from jail, they have the responsibility to appear in court. But some of these people choose to go on the run.
They go back home to mommy.
And that is when these guys come into the picture. So sit back and listen to the Off the Hook podcast with Chad and Rob.
Very fine people on both sides.
These are real stories, but the names have been changed.
All right, everybody, what's up? This is Chad.
This is Rob.
How y'all doing today?
Oh man, let me tell you. All right, Chad, you had me tripping before the show started here. He was on a rant. He's had a bad night last night.
Yeah. So, all right, my mother-in-law, she's getting her shoulder surgery today. So we had to take her 110-pound golden retriever. This lady's 100 pounds soaking wet that has had like 12 back surgeries. Don't you think you would choose some other dog other than a big ass golden retriever that you can't control?
That thing, and every time I've been over there, the thing jumps on me.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, he's such a good dog," and he's sitting there mauling you while she's saying that. He's just a baby. No, his big ass is like you should have chose a Pomeranian or a
doodle,
a Yorkie or something.
Doodle, 20-pound doodle.
Now you're getting a shoulder surgery because probably it jerked you out of socket, is what I'm guessing. I mean, man.
So how you feeling this morning?
So we had the dog last night, and, my dog, I got a boxer. She gets up in the bed. Great dog. She lays there. She kicks me with her feet, but, that's okay. But she don't bark. At least I can sleep. This dog, in the middle of the night, 12:30, starts barking like somebody's breaking into the house, and I get up and check, and there ain't nobody. There's nobody anywhere. And then I go back to sleep. About 1:30, does it again. I'm ready to choke this dog at this point.
And all Chad wanted to hear was this right here. Watch.
That's what I was trying to hear, man. Exactly. But no. Anyway, man, that's just, I had to get that off my chest. So.
Okay, so other than the dog, how was your weekend, sir? It was Father's Day.
I had a good Father's Day. How about you?
Oh, man, wonderful. My dad came into town.
It's good you got to see your dad.
Yeah, he came in and hung out with me for a few days. I took him to the Alabama concert, which, by the way...
How old are them dudes now, man?
He's like 74, dude, and they've been together for like 54 years. And it was evidently it's their last tour. Who knows? Everybody says it's their last tour. But they were pretty good for 74 years old, man. He was up there just jumping up and down. And in case all you listeners, how I'm a big country music fan. I love country music. My favorite guy is Kenny. But so we went to the Alabama concert. And then the next day we went to Lee Island. Again, beautiful, beautiful day. And I just... grilled out, chilled out, hung out, and then Saturday, hung out with my son and my lady, and we had a good time. And man, did you get anything for Father's Day?
I know you're trying to get to you, man. I get that.
Yeah, I know, man.
I know you want to tell everybody. I got a shirt and some shorts and a nice card, and that's about it.
Oh man, I got.
Now you tell them what you got, right? Go ahead. I know you want to. Just killing you to tell them.
I got a Wi-Fi smoker. I don't even know how to use it. I'm trying to learn how to.
Okay, cool.
All right. So, all right. So before we get into this next episode, we kind of told you in the last one what it was all about, and so this is Michigan. So I got something I want to play. Chad sent it to me.
This is leading into our stories.
Yeah.
Riff raff. All right, man.
Okay, there you go. So, oh shit, hang on. So anyway, Riff Raff, if you ever listen to us or hear us, we would love to have you on the podcast because Chad's a big fan.
Hey, And speaking of that, because you said in your song that where is it in Florida that we're going to next month?
Pensacola.
Pensacola. Yeah, you mentioned Pensacola in there, so I think maybe you're from that area, so we might run into you anyway.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
All right, man.
So, Marquette, Michigan. What would you say we named him? Trippy?
Trippy, Sideshow Bob. This guy, we got a call from another bondsman, right? Was it PI?
Oh yeah. It's a good friend of ours, Tyler Swain.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was at Outer Banks for a long time. He still has a house there, but he lives in Burlington now. So he's kind of doing the kind of same thing a lot of people are doing, like myself, doing more PI work. And he still does bail too. And he called us.
So yeah, this guy evidently was selling acid at concerts.
Yeah, man.
And Sideshow Bob got hemmed up and had a bond, and he decided he was going to jet and not come back. So we were able to find out that he was in Marquette, Michigan. And never been up there before. So this is the story of Sideshow Bob in Michigan.
Yeah. And so Tyler, the bondsman that was on this, he knew exactly where he was at, and then so he called me.
Kind of. He knew the neighborhood, the street, but not the house.
He wanted to verify the address. I think that's what it was. It's been so long. It's been 2018, I believe.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
I think it was like January.
The end, yeah, because I remember it's cold. Yeah.
It was cold. So he calls us. We do our research as usual. We start booking flights, get up there. Well, start booking flights, and we leave here, and what's the temperature here? What's the weather here?
January? I mean,
it was still nice. It was still like
50s, 60s,
yeah,
something like that.
You can put a light coat on, you'd be all right. But now we're going to the UP, the Upper Peninsula.
We are not equipped for that kind of cold.
No, I don't think my body even understands that kind of cold.
No, man, I got a big shock when I went to New York for the first time, man. I got up to like Maryland to get out and pump the gas.
The wind that hits you, man,
between the gas pumps were frozen. And I was like, this is not right.
No. I'm so glad I lived down in the south.
No.
So we get up there. All right, so me and Chad, we take off. We get up there. We leave from here. I cannot remember the flight plan on that, but I think it was from like here to Chicago. No, that was on the way back. So I think we like Philadelphia or something, and then we flew.
Whatever, man. We got up there. I remember we were flying
Green Bay,
and it was cool because they were playing a football game
on Sunday
at the stadium. Yeah, and I remember the pilot got on. He's like, look to your left. There's a game going on. He tilted it, so we got a real good view of them playing. It was pretty cool.
And it was snow all over the ground, so that was, that was pretty cool. So we land, and there was some mix-up with the car rental place. And they gave us, they're like, okay, I said, I need something four-wheel drive because it's going to be snowing. You figured you're going to need it, right? And what did they give us, Chad?
A Jeep Liberty.
No, it was Jeep Wrangler.
I thought it was a Liberty.
No, it was
Wrangler?
It was a Wrangler.
Okay, whatever. I'm not a Jeep guy. Speaking of Jeeps, another rant coming.
Give it to him, Chad. Give it to him.
Look, I was playing around on TikTok and came across my feed about these little ducks that all you Jeep assholes have. I'm sorry, I can't stand it. Y'all got a 4-inch dash and you're going to pollute it with a bunch of little ducks. And y'all are going to like outdo each other so you get more and more of them. And like, why? I don't get that, man.
Who knows?
And it's
nobody has really told me the real definition.
So I saw there's the girl who started it. She's on TikTok. I mean, she's profiting from it big time. Like she's making money from this deal. It was supposed to be an act of kindness that you set it on a handle of a Jeep that you admired. And it's so funny. We got one in our parking lot here at the office, and I pull up, And I think it's just a Jeep Wrangler thing. It's not, you can't be a Compass or a Liberty or a Cherokee. It's just Wrangler. Yeah. So everybody else is jealous of it that's in the Jeep family. And this girl's got what is that thing? A Compass back here. She got her little ducks on the dash. She wants to be part of the club, you know. She don't want to be left out.
There's going to be some Jeep Wrangler coming in and towing her ass out back.
I don't know, man. It's just kind of funny, man. Everybody's got to belong to something, I guess, whatever. But y'all don't have much of a dash to be putting stuff to begin with.
Chad's on the roll
Stop
today.
with the ducks, man. It just looks ridiculous.
Get it,
honestly.
Chad. Get it. All right.
Enough of that. Anyway, so we got our little Jeep Wrangler gutless wonder vehicle up in
And it rides
Green Bay.
like shit.
yeah. We were like, well, it's four-wheel drive, and we're going to be in cold conditions. And God, it was cold in that thing.
Yeah, and then we stopped. We had a long drive from Green Bay to Marquette. It was more like a 5-6 hour drive, I believe.
It was a long drive. I remember we were going, and all the lakes on each side as we went up, and I'd never seen people fishing in little huts.
Ice fishing.
Yeah, on the ice like that. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
A lot of snowmobiles on the side of the road, like down here. You know, we got 4-wheelers and motorcycles, and but I saw like we passed a bar, and like there was a parking lot full of snowmobiles at a bar.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty crazy. You know, you get drunk and you go home on a snowmobile.
I bet you can get a dually like that.
I know, like you got a DWI on a snowmobile. Anybody that lives up there, let us know. We're curious. Can you get
Please.
one? I'm sure you can. I mean, get one down here on the water.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm sure,
it's
yeah.
got to happen. I would
But
imagine.
when we up, we didn't see nobody out.
No.
But it was a beautiful drive, though.
Yeah. So Marquette, little college town, I believe. Up
Yeah, there's
there.
a college up there. It's actually a pretty big city, but we got up there and it was dark, so we didn't get to really see it in the daylight.
Yeah.
I remember coming around the mountain on the highway and seeing the town of Marquette.
Yeah. Yeah. So we get into town. We have an address. We did not have a make of his car, did we? I don't think so.
No, we didn't. But I'm trying to remember. God, it's been so long.
Well, all right. So I remember we got to the neighborhood. We cruised the street. This was like a residential street where there was, you know, I think there was like 10 or 12 houses on the street.
A foot and a half of snow too.
There was snow. Yeah, there was got a lot of snow.
And I do remember. All right, so I do remember hearing on the radio on the way up there, like snowstorms coming in.
Yeah,
And
we were
so-
trying to hurry this up.
Yeah, well, because we're
Yeah.
like, hey, I think there's a big snowstorm coming up, so we need to hurry the hell up. And it's like dark at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
So in order for us to get them, and we had a long ride. We didn't want. I remember if we got them, we didn't want to go back to Green Bay because Wisconsin is one of the states you can't bounty hunt in.
Yeah.
So we had to drive all the way back to Grand Rapids, Michigan. And that's a long drive. That's like a 9-hour drive. So
So
we're going to be up for a while.
yeah. So back to the approach. We found the street. We rode down the street looking at the houses, kind of getting a lay of the land of what's going on. And you know, it's cold. Everybody's inside. Nobody's coming out. We had to approach some houses. See, we chose.
Yeah, we were sitting there on the side of the road going, all right, of course, me and Chad, we're bouncing ideas off of each other left and right. What do you think about this neighbor? You see a neighbor come home, some kids get out.
Yeah, you see little things, you know, like kids' toys out on the front porch, things like that. They're like, okay, they got kids.
Might be cool people. You know, you just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what do you not want around your kids? You don't want drugs. You don't want the stuff that comes with all the drug activity around your kids. So that was kind of in the back of our head of somebody we could approach because you want to remove that element. Now, what we knew of this guy is he's selling drugs and he's working in a drug operation.
Yeah, they're at the house
Yeah.
that he was at. And it was supposed to be a friend of his or girlfriend, and then they're staying with the girlfriend's ex-husband. It was weird.
Yeah, what it turned out to be was he was the chemist of making the drugs.
Oh yeah, and they had a big old.
They had an operation of selling drugs, making and selling.
Yeah, and I think inside the house they also had a grow farm too. They were growing weed in there, and I think in Michigan it's legal, but I'm not sure like the laws on it, like how many you can grow and all that. I don't know how many plants you can have by one person. Anyway, not a neighbor that you really want living next to you or across from you. So we talked to one neighbor, and he was really cool. And he was asking us what the charges were. And we're like, yeah, we don't really want to say what the charges are because, we don't want to put it out there like that. We're trying to. And he was like, what, it has something to do with a child? I'm like, no, we really can't say.
Indirectly or, directly, I mean, drugs do.
Yeah.
So we kind of like left it at that.
And so he's like, yeah, I don't know much about him, whatever. So we get back in the truck. And we see the next door neighbor, like this, the neighbor that sits right beside him.
Yeah, the house, our target house, and then the house next to it.
Yeah, and then so I asked Chad. I'm like, Chad, I think we need to go talk to. It's a young couple, and so we go talk to them, and they're like, yeah, no problem, we'll help you. They invited us in the house because it was cold.
Yeah,
and we were in there just kind of warming up and like talking to them about the guy. Not giving them details of what the charges are or anything, and say, look, we're coming all the way from North Carolina, so we're serious. And people take us serious, especially when we show them our credentials and badges and show them that we're from North Carolina, we ain't playing around. And the neighbor was like, cool, we'll help you out whatever way. I said, is there any way I can peek out your window and just watch from your window? And he was like, yeah, absolutely, no problem.
Yeah, I remember we went in a back room that they had, and we turned out the lights, so it gets rid of that fishbowl effect, so you can see out and you can't see in. And we were sitting back there and just watching the house next door for quite a while. And
next thing you know, I look out the window, and here he comes walking out to his car.
A guy, yeah.
A guy. A guy. It looked like he had a beard and long hair, so it was kind of.
But there was a few people staying at that house. Everybody's wrapped from head to toe because it's freaking cold.
Yeah, but he starts his car and goes back into the house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is normal because you go out to warm your car up, right? And so when he comes back out, he looks directly at me, but he doesn't see me. But he looks directly at me, and I can see his face, and I yell at Chad, that's him, let's go. Mm-hmm. We bolt out the door, stumbling through 1.5 feet of snow.
It's like ice. We're like sliding around and trying to. It was kind of like those cartoons where they go, and they can't get traction. Trying to run over there, and yeah, he had something on his license plate, some kind of personalized tag.
It was North Carolina tag.
Yeah, that was a dead giveaway right there. Yeah.
And you couldn't see it from the road because at nighttime when it's snowing, you can't see nothing. So we go running across the front yard. I come around, Chad's right on my heels. And I open the door, and he's looking at me and like, what the hell, who are you? And I tell him, I'm like, get the hell out of the car. And he goes, well, what for? I said, because I said so. And we yanked him out, threw him in the snow, put handcuffs on him, get him up. Chad's really good at this. So as soon as we get somebody, he's taking a picture of him right then and there. So we can send that to the bondsman, letting them know that we have him in custody. So we get to talking to him. He was a really cool dude.
Yeah, he just didn't want to own up to anything that he had done, He just thought he could keep going. And we explained what it was, why we were there, and he accepted it.
Yeah, I mean, he was once we got him in, we turned his car off, of course, and threw him in the Jeep and said, "Let's go." And he was like, "Can I?" And we get this all the time. Can I get some stuff out of the house? Like, hell no. You got your ID on you? Yep. All right, that's all we need.
Yeah, the problem with letting people go back in is you don't know who's in there. You don't know what's waiting on you. you know, bird in the bush, one in the hand type thing. You know, I'm not taking a chance.
It could be a golden retriever.
I swear to I will. Oh God, I know y'all like golden retrievers, but I do not like them at all. I have not met one yet. Now y'all may have a nice one.
I had to.
I get off my rant. Off those
All
guys.
right, but that was good though. That's good stuff. So let's see. Once we leave there, we have a 9 or 10 hour drive, and I'm watching the snowstorms from my phone, and I'm like, all right, we have Tyler books our flights for us because we're trying to drive, and we had to make it to Grand Rapids by the first flight out of there.
Yeah, it was like 6:15 in the morning or something like that.
Yeah, that was when the flight took off. And so tell them about the bridge.
Yeah, so we took a different route coming back, and I think we have a friend that's a bondsman up in Michigan. She kept saying, you got to go across the Mackinac Bridge. And I just kept talking about that bridge. I was like, all right, yeah, I think it's on our way back. We'll check it out, you know. So we went across that bridge. And then we got on a highway that there was like, I think we passed a car every hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was dark.
And there was nothing open.
Nothing on the side of the highway. There wasn't like ramps where you get off and there's like something to eat or, you know, anything like that. Nothing.
Yeah, so anytime we found a gas station, we made sure we stopped because we didn't know when we'd be able to get gas next. And while we were driving, I remember seeing these really big deer on the side of the road. They look like cows. Them things are huge.
Yeah, man, you're up in Ted Nugent territory.
Yeah.
He hunts up there.
Catch, scratch, fever, baby. We love Ted Nugent.
Yeah, good dude.
Yeah. So we get to the airport. Wait, no, hold on. Let's back up a little bit. We stop at we were starving. It was like a McDonald's or Burger King or something that was about to close.
Yeah, I found something right as everybody was getting off of work just about. And were you able to get something? I can't remember.
I got a little, I don't think we weren't able to get anything from McDonald's, but it was a convenience store connected to it.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So we got like some little snacks and stuff. And the whole time the dude is like really cool. He's telling us about his whole way he does things, how he grows stuff, how he makes stuff. He's a chemist. And really intelligent guy when it came to what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. But I don't know if he took a bath for at least a couple of weeks.
Dude needs to move to Oregon. That's where he needs to be.
Yeah, that's where everything's legal. Yeah. Speaking of that, how about that woman in Congress you were telling me about? I saw it. You were telling me about she was head of the prison systems.
Oh, she had like 40,000 employees. That's right. Senator Kennedy was grilling her about what she did for the prison systems and how she couldn't answer any questions. But I think he originally started talking about them reversing the drug policy in Oregon, how it's not working out.
Really?
Yeah.
You say?
Yeah.
It's not working?
No.
You won't hire a heroin addict?
I don't think it's good for the economy.
No. And I can't. Well, I can say addict up here, but if you say addict anywhere else, like we had here when we had that the meeting with the district attorney's office about bail reform, I said addict, and I think somebody went in there and went crazy and was like, "You can't say that. That offends me." I'm like, well, "What the hell you want me to call it?" I think what did you say?
I'm so tired of everybody being offended by everything. I really am.
Yeah, God, go do something. Go do something with your life. Quit worrying about us.
Yeah, if you got time to be offended by everything, I mean, you got too much time on your hand. Get a job. Get. How can you afford to live in this economy as it is? Get busy. Do something.
Yeah.
We're doing a podcast.
I'm ready I'm just ready for gas prices to come down. Jesus.
Food, everything, dude.
And taxes around here has gone up.
I don't want to talk about taxes.
Yeah, that sucks. Uncle Sam can kiss my ass. So anyway, so we're at the airport. We walking in, and I remember going through the line and looking up at the big TV screen. And remember, it was showing you the snowstorm was coming in. And all the flights were being canceled except for ours. Ours was the last flight out of there. Remember that?
Yep.
And as soon as we got through TSA with our fugitive, we got to our terminal. And on the way there, he goes, evidently, we let him use a cell phone because, I mean, what is he going to do?
At that point, yeah.
Yeah, at that point. And so he calls, I guess, one of the guys that he was living with and talks to him. And he hangs up the phone. And he looks at me like with sad puppy eyes while we're sitting there waiting to get on the airplane. He goes, "Did you tell them I was a child molester?" I'm like, "No." I was like, "I ain't gonna say nothing like that." "Why?" "Well, my roommate was telling me that you talked to neighbors and told them I was a child molester." And I said, "No, that's not true. I didn't say that."
We said you had charges that I wouldn't want my kid to be around you.
You know how, you tell a line of people something, you start at something.
Yeah. It gets changed.
Gets changed and it's
more it goes. Yeah.
So we that was a weird flight back. We hit Chicago, and he's walking in winter boots now, like snow boots.
Yep.
And it's getting hot because we have to run across. Remember, we have to run across the Chicago airport.
That's a big airport.
That's huge. And they don't have like trains or buses or anything out
escalators
there.
Or
yeah.
those little
You just
people
gotta
mover,
run.
whatever they're called. So did you have the phone call?
Oh yeah, I've got the phone call.
So the angry roommate, because evidently we ruined their operation of making and selling drugs.
We took their chemist.
We took their chemist, so he's pissed. So he calls Rob's phone.
Yeah.
And leaves a nice message.
Oh, you're going to love this, guys.
Yeah.
You ready? You ready? Let's see this. We'll pull this up.
Hey, Robert. This is Tim Wampler.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who owns the properties that you were on yesterday when you picked up your, quote, child molester. I'm not sure why I was told that he was a known child molester, but if that was just a fucking lie designed to get me to assist you, then you're no more of a fucking piece of shit than you have in your fucking custody. And if I ever see either one of you on my property again, I will shoot you in the fucking face. Don't fucking lie to me, bitch.
He was mad, big mad.
Yeah, he was big mad. I don't know why. I mean, we didn't do nothing but take his chemist away. But whatever. It was a weird situation. He was living with his girlfriend, I think, and the girlfriend's ex-husband. They were all living together. Maybe they were having some weird fetish parties or something with, tripping on acid and smoking meth. I don't know. But it was definitely, I get voice recordings like that. You kind of get concerned a little bit, but you really don't because they're kind of pussies and not going to do nothing about it.
Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is, dude had felony warrants. He ran on bond. We did a job, and we did it successfully, and he's back where he was going to have to take care of it.
Yeah.
When he leaves, he can go back and hang out with that guy if he wants. We did our part, our portion.
Yep. So we get I think from Chicago to Charlotte, and then from Charlotte to Wilmington, and we meet Tyler in Wilmington like at midnight. And I think, were we still in winter gear?
Probably, yeah.
Because it was hot when we got here.
I've got those boots I bought on the side, like at the sporting good place up in somewhere along the lakes there, because I had to have something.
The little toesies are frozen.
We don't have winters cold enough to put those things on. I've got them still in my closet next to my normal boots. Those are warm boots. I love them.
I got some of that Under Armour gear up there. and it worked decent. But I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything you can do to keep that cold from sinking in at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, sucks. So we get him back. The bondsman does not have to pay $40,000.
Yep. That was the bond.
Yep. And when we get him back, we're tired because we've had to stay awake the whole time. You can't sleep. And this was what, a 24-hour turnaround?
Close to it.
Just about 36 hours. Something like
we were booking it. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a quick turnaround. He didn't have much time. I don't think he had much time on that. So that's why he sent us up there so fast.
What he means by not much time, when the bondsman in North Carolina gets a forfeiture, we have 150 days from the date they fail to appear in court to the time that's due. So if you can't, we have like 8 reasons that we can file a motion and set that bond aside. That's all. If you can't get your case to fit one of those reasons, then you have to pay it at 150th day, or else you're shut off. You can no longer do business, nor anyone under that surety company, which can be several other agents that are in your area. So that's what he means by the agent was running out of time.
Yeah, and you don't want to get to the end of time because you start sweating. That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
I ain't got $40,000.
It's constantly, it's constant. You have to. It's like putting out fires, constantly fixing
on to the next problem.
On to the next problem. That's what we always say. We mark one off of our board. We say on to the next problem.
Well, got a happy bondsman, happy client. Everybody came home safe, and that's what we wanted the most. And then me and Chad went home and slept for 2 days. Pretty much.
Yeah, you wiped out, man. You can't do much after that.
But let me tell you about the next episode. I'm going to let Chad introduce who we're going to have. Our first special guest.
Okay. So, yeah, I think we're going to try to do a Zoom or some kind of thing like that for the next one.
Yeah, because she's down in Florida. So
yeah, so our good friend Michelle Eskenazi, she is the head of NABA. NABA is the National Association for Bail Agents. And
Bail Queen.
Yeah, she's known as the Bail Queen of New York.
And she's a pretty badass woman now.
Yeah. You don't mess with Michelle.
No, she'll knock you over the head and talk about it later.
Tough girl. Lady, excuse me. But we're gonna have her on and let her talk about her history, how she got started. It's a very interesting story. A little bit of her life in New York.
What she does for industry.
Yeah, she eats, breathes, and sleeps this industry. She was really good friends with Beth and Dog before Beth passed away. They were both on the PBUS. That was a different association. That was a professional bail agents of the United States. And before she started her own, and Beth passed away. But she's been very active, still is. And I think she moved out of New York, where she goes back and forth, something like that. But
yeah, and
very interesting.
Yeah, we have to. She's very in touch with everything, knows anything and everything that's going on. Typical New Yorker. Loves where she's living out in Florida now. She goes back to New York.
Yeah,
but she's going to tell us, some stories about her, some of her craziest stuff, and kind of get a little bit personal with her and see how, she does things, because every state's different.
Yeah. The New York's definitely different. And the past couple of years, it's gotten really bad in the city. I know tons of people. We're going to have another guest on here at some point. Actually, one of my neighbors who moved down here was a detective during 9/11, and he retired. He was undercover narcotic agent in New York City. Can you imagine stories he has?
Wow. I mean, because of Michelle, we have met Clay Higgins, the Congressman Clay Higgins. We've met Bernard Kerik, NYPD
Texas
commissioner.
Yeah, he's head of Texas now, I think.
Who, Clay?
No, Kerik. No, I'm sorry. No,
Bernard.
that Bernard Kerik. No, he was not. Yeah,
9/11.
9/11. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the other, the shorter guy. He's in Texas. He was in New Jersey, and he's down there.
Yeah, we've met so many.
Anyway.
We've met so many cool people and down to earth people, and I cannot wait to have Michelle on. And she's going to talk about the convention that we're going to be doing a podcast at.
Yep. So we're gonna do live, or we're gonna try to do live in Pensacola, in July 31st through the 2nd. So if we can get our stuff together and do that, we're gonna make it happen. That's gonna have Mark Wahlberg's brother Jim. He's a part of a group along with the bail bond community that is doing helping drug rehabilitation.
Yeah, a good family from everything that we've talked to Michelle and about. The whole Wahlberg family is like got their stuff together and actually standing good people.
Well, this guy had his problems.
Yeah, everybody's got their problems, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think he went to prison. I think he had drug problems, but he's got it together and doing good things.
Trying to help people out.
Yeah.
And that's what we like to see. I mean, we'll have another special guest on here on another episode. A good friend of mine, I got to give a shout out to her, Ellie Coleman. She's doing stand-up comedian now. She was a meth and heroin addict, and we arrested her and threw her back in jail and got her when she got out. We helped her get a job, stay on her.
We caught her at the methadone clinic.
Yeah, we did. Oh man, that was wild. Maybe we'll have her on and go from there. But talk about a little bit about the convention and what we're going to be doing down there, other than the podcast.
Yeah,
going to have Jim on.
Jim Wahlberg. Yep. Hopefully, we'll get to have that guy on. I'm pretty sure we will. I don't know at this time what all we're going to get going.
All right, guys and gals. I hope you enjoyed episode 3. We're starting to figure this stuff out. Starting to get it all together. Start to be more relaxed, more comfortable.
And get our volumes right.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, it's such a pain.
We're trying.
Well, we love you and hope that you keep tuning in to more episodes. Tell all your friends, share it on Facebook. We'll be live. We are on YouTube now. We have a live feed going through YouTube, and we're also going to post these videos of us doing the podcast on our page. It is Off the Hook Podcast on YouTube. And if you want to go visit us at our website, go to offthehookbail.com. Go visit us there. Tell us how you like it. And until then, Chad, you got anything else you want to say?
I think that's it. Just, stay out of trouble.
But if you do get in trouble, call us. We'll help you out.
Yes.
Good cosigner?
Correct.
All right.
All right.
All right, guys. Love you, mean it. And we'll talk to you later.
You've been listening to Off the Hook with Chad and Rob. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And be sure to follow us for notifications for another exciting episode. But in the meantime, you can go to our website at www.offthehookbail.com to see more. So until next time, stay out of trouble, or it'll be you that needs to get off the hook. See you soon.